Hello and welcome back to Paul Plays Out, Broken Road's first playthrough, in which we're being mostly utilitarian. We have just found out that if you trade enough with the Aboriginal outpost, they give you access to a hidden Aboriginal sort of city thing. And so now we're doing the talk to everyone and meet everyone in this new city component. Yarn. Where can I find Benar? Benar is someone special, surrounded by precious things. Is that what you have to say on him? Good luck, fella. Tell me about Auntie Acacia. Sister Acacia is our backbone here. She leads by example and has a Quabic Dak Court, but she can also be hard as steel in her own way. Don't mess with her to see that side. She's also a Maban woman and uses it the right way. For good, not like Karak. You get serious kicks from telling everyone how much of a failure I am to you. Unadad. Tell me about Carla. Ballet Sister Carla. Sister is an Australianism? Well, she's got the right name. Carla. It means fire, and she is fiery. She'll tell you how it is and never beats around the bush. Don't judge her by her age. She's as sharp a mind, and her comebacks are undefeated in Kurda. What about Uncle Norn? Norn, snake, like his name, is a bit of a snake, slithering around and up to no good. He thinks the world is against him, but it's his own doing that make people wary of him. He's got a good heart somewhere deep down, I reckon, though we don't see it much. What about Uncle Koya? Albudia. Kong Koya. He's like a king around here, an encyclopedia. When we first introduced to these people, they described they said they were a specific group of 16 different bands, Jingo, so check out the end of last episode to get that. He's like a king around here, an encyclopedia of knowledge, and then some, and a heart of gold. You'll be lucky to spend time with him. He has people hanging on his every wise word. He's not on the council, but everyone goes to him for counsel. You've not even done the dishes? Be a responsible human, Death said. He winks at you. One of his own puns there. Tell me about Ngama. Ngama? Waterhole. Ngama. He is my boy too. He thinks too much about what people expect of him, and this led him to make his own path. He is happy being above ground. He's always close when any of us need him, and that makes me happy. His name means waterhole, and we certainly replenish ourselves through his heart. Tell me about DJ. Hello, am I invisible now? Uncle laughs. So this is something because we have DJ with us. DJ, well, we love having him here, of course. A warm smile creases the corners of his eyes. We know he's had a rough start, and we are all hoping he'll become part of the Kurda family. Tell me about yourself. I haven't had the luxury of growing up with my mob, and that's why I made sure my kids are raised with kinship and cultural responsibility. I wanted to give them what I didn't have. Border 1. Now what about Auntie? Auntie Carla. Kaya, bub. When travelling in Kurda, Budja country, be mindful of our community and have respect. What do you do here? What don't I do? I'm the old walking encyclopedia on all things Noongar. I used to go around and check on Booja and Mort to see that everything was ticking as it should be. but now they send people to me for the once-over, as my radar is getting pretty good at screening mob who come here. We are near Perth. We're to the right of Perth. We're between Kalgoorlie and what was the other major city? Aldersyth is to the left. Major in air quotes. But now they send people to me for a once-over, as my radar's pretty good at screening people. When DJ came here, I gave him a few things to see if he had what it took to be part of Korda, and he passed with flying colours. Aw, thanks, Ma'am Yok. He's practically glowing at the compliment. Make sure you keep on the straight and narrow, because we will be watching you like a hawk. What's it like being on the council? You're doing better than me there, then, Jingo. You're doing a lot better than me. Well, it's a lot of responsibility and a lot of expectation, but I love it. I love my home here, and I want to be part of keeping it a nice place. Uncle Koya. So this is the one that wants us to fetch his... He smiles. Kaya. Quabigdak Mort. Hello, beautiful people. Aww. Can you tell me a story? See all the old tin remnants laying around here? This is old cups, pots, and pans, because this spot here is where the old reserve used to be. What's a reserve, you say? Well, when the white people came, they wanted our land and herded us into sections of land on the outskirts of town, called reserves. I lived in a humpy with my mum and dad with a dirt floor. At one point in time, there were 300 to 400 Noongars living here. We didn't have much, but we had each other. We shared food, helped each other out, and the stories around the fires and the music from the accordions and mouth organs is something I'll never forget. A not so fun Uncle fact. We were to stay on the reserve during certain times of day, needed permission to leave elsewhere, and were at the mercy of the white townsfolk. The old people are in my heart forever. Tell me a story about them. Okay, that counts as the same one. Okay, it's the same one. Okay. Who are you? Kaya. That means hello in Noongar. I'm the head of all the barter crews here in Korda. So anything to do with trading and supplying, I should be your first point of contact. Let's make our transactions fruitful. Do you know anyone called Benar? I guess you could say that, as Benar is I and I am Benar. But call me Kane, please, as only those who are a trusted friend of Korda get the right to call me Benar, and I decide with respect. Wait, you don't let me call you Benar, says Deej. One day, brother, his smile is cool. Good things come to those who wait. The council asked me to speak with you. His eyes light up. Yes, the council wants to expand their networks so that Korda has more opportunities to have more variety in and for the community. So what I want you to do is set up 3 trade outposts with different towns and then come back to see me. If you can do this, I can get you access to exotic trade goods, and I'll even throw in a special reward just for you. Now, you know what? I should get out of the way of the quest goals. Go talk to Mary. She might be able to help, as she just came back from a barter crew run and might be able to point you in the right direction. You should give Mick a bell about this. He's been round the block more than enough times to get you on track. And we could see what he has to trade. You went to Rottnest with the old fort and the little cuties, which was built with slave conscript labor of the Noongar people, with several hundred dying from the harsh labor of construction. Okay. Let me look again. He has a book, but I don't think this is a philosophy book. It looks more like a romance. You got pics of the quokkas. Little cuties. Oh. Achievement unlocked. Sticky Beak. Find 50 points of interest throughout Broken Roads. We can pat the kitty. Can we pat this kitty? No. This one is not pattable? Okay. The other cat was pattable. Society's taken a bit of a turn when the local bottle-o actually just sells bottles. Is that back out to the real world? The cargo elevator's seen better days, but it's still doing better than most. Yes. It is just back out to the real world. And Karak? This grease-splattered mechanic watches you approach, not unkindly, but with a hint of wariness to his gaze. He nods in the direction of the fire pit. That is the truest sign of Australian societal collapse. Saw you talking to the old man. Don't let him scare you off. Plenty of us mob around. Alright, so I'm going to give you a head start on getting to know everyone here. Head to Digit, who's the person that we are meant to find for, Kalgoorlie. For fresh veggies. Mam Yok. Auntie. Okay. For a cuppa and a good yarn, a good chat. But don't go to Mam Yok for a bedtime story, because you won't sleep with her spirit stories. Do you have anything to trade? More bloody copper wire. Jeweler's Rouge. And more scrap. We did need more scrap for further upgrading our gun, so I'm inclined to buy that scrap. I guess I'm willing to give you one of the spare pistols. Thank you. It's a bit sad to see you and your dad fighting openly in front of strangers. He grimaces. Yeah, shame job, but I can't help getting wild with Dad always thinking negative about me instead of actually listening. He thinks just because he's older that he knows better. He stares off into the distance. Sometimes I feel like going far away from country, from Buja, might finally be free of Dad's shadow looming over me all the time. I thought community was everything here. It would be a shame to give up your relationship with your dad. Or, fuck 'em. They can find someone else to crap all over. It would be a shame to give up on your relationship. Heading to Kalgoorlie and scavenging copper wire from beat-up cars. It's too accurate. It is. And just wait till we get some of the VA, Jingo. I don't want that, but Dad don't listen to me. He sees the magic first and me as a son second. I didn't choose to be born with it. It's supposed to be a blessing, yet it's used against me. He swallows heavily and looks away. What do you do around here? Nothing according to them, but pretty much everything. I keep machines like the cargo elevator running with my magic, and I'm working on a solar-powered car that can travel from here to Meriden. I gotta look after my Mam Yok. She don't know this, but when she... Newkurt? This is presumably intended to be a, hover tooltip. I tune up her wheels. What got you into machines? He gestures enthusiastically. I love knowing how to pull something apart and put it back together. Plus, I enjoy helping everyone as I get used to my magic in good ways for the mob. Well, thank you for your time. Hot fruit's fine when you've got nothing else, but sure is nice to see a yam without a suntan. Can we go down these stairs? Yes. But there doesn't actually look like there's anything here other than a bit of a well. And Auntie's got her own ways of getting around. Does she? As in she has her own tunnel? Maybe that means she has her own tunnel. Oh, she needs a ramp or something because she's got a wheelchair. And can we pat that kitty? No, also not pattable kitty. Auntie Acacia. Auntie gives you a small wave as you approach. I'm happy you're here. Now, everyone who knows me knows I love my Mangunk My tea. Would you mind making me a cup, bub? I need warming up. The Perth Zoo has Noongar translations for the local animals, but every different species of snake was just snake. You know how Auntie makes her tea. DJ, help your friend. I'm very fussy about my tea. It's got to be just right. Okay, Mam Yok, he looks at you. Finding lemongrass above ground would be a good place to start. What do you do around here? I'm here to support my community, especially young mob like Deej and Mari, as they are good kids. I yarn up to a lot of mob from all the different towns across Western Oz, as I want to keep my finger on the pulse by knowing what's going on outside of Corda. You'll see me racing around Corda using my magic to speed up this little beast. She pats her armrest fondly. What is it like being an elder? She taps a finger on her chin. It's a lot of responsibility. But as time has gone on, I've learnt to enjoy it. You don't just call yourself a leader, you become one. I'm lucky enough to have all of my community supporting me, and I'm proud of what we've got here, as we built it together. Now, did we get a quest for getting Auntie her tea? Find the books. Find the Ripper. Introduce ourselves to Uncle Norn. Get those things for Uncle Koya, which we already had found the rectangle, although we don't have a clue about the rope. He did give us some other clue, but I've forgotten since then because I'm an idiot. The Honey Sacrifice. Auntie Acacia in Corda has asked me to swing by her for yarn. She wants me to make her a cuppa. Deej knows how she likes it. I should ask the others where to find everything. Boil some water at Uncle Marley's fire pit. Buy some sweetener. Buy some milk. Collect lemongrass from bushes up on the surface. Do I have lemongrass already? It might be something that I'm already carrying. I have sunflowers. I have this didgeridoo we stole from these poor people. No, I do not have lemongrass. Okay, to the library. This one. We can complete that quest. Uncle Norn. Uncle wearing an embroidered hat and talking quietly to a young woman beside him. Upon your approach, he turns to greet you. Kea. A good book is a window to another world. How can I be of assistance? The elders told me to come introduce myself. I'm Mari, and that's Conk Norn. Where are you from? Hired gun. I'm a hired gun, no real home to speak of. An impressive occupation and a very different icebreaker. Plenty of mob love a good roo shooter around here. Maybe you'll get used up that way. Anyway, Conk, I'd love to do that trade for you, but I have to go check on Mam Yok, Wetjee's resting place. Make sure that it's tidy. True yarn, Mari is always full of passion about things. Una, make sure you learn all you can from her while you're here. Do you want to yarn more, or keep doing the rounds? He turns to you. We've caught up now with our work, so we can go see Mari if you want, or we can stand and yarn with Conk Norn since our introductions are mostly done. It's up to you. What does she do here? She does programs for our young mob to learn traditional ways and see that they get good at that they might want to follow down that track. She's a good girl. She helps me in the library as well. Have you always been this librarian? I actually took it over from my old fellas, so I pretty much grew up around books. It makes me very happy to see our collection of knowledge grow for our community over the seasons. What's your favorite? There's a book here that is an old dictionary. It was worked on by elders hundreds of years ago with a white fella that recorded their language, and the dialect is so beautiful. Just knowing they are the old words of Kura makes my court sing. I look at it every day, actually. Border 1. With this wealth of knowledge, Corda might just be one of the richest towns in Western Oz. And here's the lady that we're meant to convince to possibly go get abducted by essentially the science faction. Kea Wanju, I'm Dejet, and welcome to my Wobidak, my beautiful greenhouse. We are all family here, and you may have met my brother, Ngama, who works above ground. We work as a team. When my plants need a little ngank, I send them to him. Welcome, Strider Bites. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. And when ngank is too strong, he sends his to me. She gives you a dazzling smile. I heard that you've been asked to go to Kalgoorlie. Are you going to go? No idea how you know about Kalgoorlie, but if you must know, I'm worried that if I leave, my brothers will fight. They get on better when I'm around. G'day, Cobber. Welcome, welcome. And I worry for them. Maybe your brothers can come with you. It's not up to you to fix... No, that's just stupid. I don't think they'd be happy to know that the reason you're not... Ah, that's more useful. If you're the only thing that keeps them close, maybe their relationship can't be saved. It's not your fault Uncle Marley plays favourites with Karak and Ngama. That's perhaps a little too personal but accurate. But I think the most tactful one is they would be happy... They would be happier not thinking that, or knowing that they're the reason you aren't living your life. Funny one, mate, but Kalgoorlie ain't no holiday, it's more like work. She puts a hand on her chest, a determined look in her eyes. As well as caring for my Nguni. Does it give a true... I haven't had it crash yet, so I can't say mumbles. My community is so important to me because I'm an elder in training and this is my country. There are things I can do for my people. I can't do in Kalgoorlie. Your community is going to rely on you to make tough decisions one day. You can't use them as an excuse because we are so well aligned with our utilitarian worldview. What does the council want you to do? You could bring back what you learn in Kalgoorlie to Korda. This is also true. There are plenty of communities that could use your teachings. You could keep good relations with Kalgoorlie if you're going to be on the council. Okay, I think that one is true, and I quite like these two. Play up the advantages of it. This is nominally supposed to be utilitarian, but these also feel utilitarian to me. I've always been fascinated with the magic the people of Kalgoorlie use. Ever since I first saw Karak mouldering fire with his bare hands, I've wanted to learn everything about how it works. She runs a hand through her wavy hair. Look, even if I did go to Kalgoorlie and teach them what I know, that doesn't guarantee that knowledge will be used with respect. I've heard enough to know they can be heartless at times. If Kalgoorlie doesn't respect the knowledge given to them, then you could cut ties with them. You need to think about the bigger picture. If you help Kalgoorlie, you help Korda. There's no way to guarantee anything. That's how life is. You just have to do what's best for you and your people. Yep, I like that, and it aligns with our viewpoint and helps drag us back that I was a little too kind to some people, and it dragged our viewpoint across into being somewhat humanist. And we're trying to remain ideologically mostly pure. If you keep putting off this trip, you may experience Kalgoorlie's... Ooh, no, threat. No. I'll stick with this. She chews on her bottom lip. You're right on that one. I can't guarantee anything, but I know I can properly represent Korda, and that has to be enough for me. She looks around her. Oh well, looks like I'm going to Kalgoorlie, and I really hope I won't regret it. Okay. Holy moly, we have to do all of them? I thought if we did one of these, it would be enough. That is a high price for entrance into Kalgoorlie. Doing all of those quests. Okay, that's also a way back out. And I think that's everything in here. Alright. Well then, out we may go. Unless there's anything else we need to do while we're here. We could try and boil some water at Uncle Marley's fire pit. So was that thing down in the bottom corner? Maybe? I mean, to me that looks like fire. I guess the other option is look for the name Marley. This fire pit. get our billy a boil. Whew. Not late at all. Better late than never. Maybe we talk to you and we can boil it? I need to boil some water for Auntie. Can you help me? Off you go. You need dry wood, tree bark, grass, Zamia palm fluff, Banksia cone, and the skin of a large snake. Nah, that's a joke. Just the rest. Tell me about everyone. Sure. Mari is a firecracker. She's got her own ideas about what Corda should be and how we could run it. She's the new generation and thinks an old fella like me is too stuck in his old ways. I reckon she misses Sister Wetji more than anyone but me. Tell me about Carrick. My boy Carrick? He's named after the red-tailed black cockatoo. He's fascinated with fire and knows everything there is to know about it. But even though it wasn't meant to be his job, he has his own Marbarn. But I don't want to talk about that. It's a bit of a sore spot, to be honest. Tell me about Dejette. My baby girl Dejette. Named after a flower, which is as appropriate as she brings so much colour and life into our world here in Corda. Yeah, it's good decoy, aside from when it's occasionally just so intensely and concentratedly Australian that it makes me a bit embarrassed. She's the apple of my eye. Tell me about Kane. Kane is the money man. Everything is numbers to him, and he runs his life like he runs his business. It's a tight ship. Not Mr. Popularity because of this, but important to us nonetheless. Okay. Boil some... So can I use this now? Use the fire-making kit. You use the flint and steel to create some soft flames in the kindling left over from previous fires. Uncle Marley doesn't look impressed. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's about knowing the hard yards in between, because the fire is the center of our universe as Noongar people. Everything comes from it. Warmth, security, cooking, light, insect repellent, smoking and burning of country, just to name a few. Don't take anything lightly when it comes to Kala fire. Alright, bub, get cracking with that tea now if you've got all the right stuff. Auntie is waiting for you. I'll put out the fire we made. Okay, well, about time you listened and learned. I'll clean the fire pit up, dry it out, and you can try again the proper way. So, because we don't have all the other ingredients, we can't make the tea now. Fair enough. Up and away. And what's the other journal thing that's changed? Well, we'll have to wait. Fortitude is the guard and support of the other virtues. Jean Locke. So yeah, originally you only have access to this part of their world. And I thought it was a small community, but then if you trade enough with Ngama here, they give you access to their underground. Okay, what do we want to do? Oh, the future of the state. So, disable the device in Southern Cross, dispose Brennan in Lake Deborah, or enter as a mercenary trader, scientist, or philosopher. We might be able to convince them we're a merc or trader now. Ask Mari for advice on where to set up trade outposts. Set up 3 trade outposts. Mari should be in the library with Uncle Norn. But didn't she leave? Didn't she leave and say she was going to come tend to this grave? Yes. You again. What do you want this time? Can you tell me more about the Noongar Nation? The Noongar Nation has 14... I thought it said 16 before. 14 different clan groups, and I'm connected to 3 of those. Gurang, Wilman, and Minang. Although there are different clan groups, we all speak the same language with variations of dialect. You mentioned the Gurang clan group. Is this their land? No, the Gureng clan group is from the great southern of Western Australia, right down the bottom of the map, and covers a huge area of country. The Gureng people are very cultural, spiritual, and a strong group of people with a big bloodline that runs through the Noongar Nation. I need a sweetener for Auntie Acacia's tea. Do you know what she likes? I'm pretty sure someone mentioned something about raspberry jam wattle. I saw some up near Westonia last time I was on a barter crew run. Kane said that you might know which cities would be good targets for setting up trade outposts in. Steer clear of Westonia. Too many other cities trading with them and no way to get a competitive advantage. Not many fellas trade out of Southern Cross, but I heard on the down low that their gardener left, so they might be a bit desperate for fresh produce. Governor Smith taxes the hell out of trade in Meriden. Ardith is dodgy, and something funny is going down on Aldersnide. Good luck, you gotta need it. Catch you on the flip side. I'm pretty sure we already took everything. No. Ah, so we can get more ingredients for Grandma's tea out here now. So we got the Zamia fluff. We might also be able to find, what was it, lemongrass and something else. No. Dry wood. Hello, little wallaby. There's the lemongrass. So, how many more things do I need? Raspberry jam wattle in Westonia. Let's do our best to make her the absolute best tea we can. She seemed like a charming lady. And we need sweetener or milk. We could also check out Southern Cross. And try and find out about their death ray thing that Kalgoorlie wants destroyed. So this is also a new city to us. Halt! The voice bellows at you in the shimmering desert air, resounding from the dizzying heights of the concrete wall that stretches to the horizon on either side of the road. Who goes there? I'm Blobber, and these are my travelling companions. Oi, she fixes you with a glare. I'm no one's companion. I go where I want, it just so happens to be the same place as you, sometimes. Good enough. Answer me these questions 3, if you seek the wisdom of Crux. Bring it on. Let us begin with biology. How many newtons are required to break a human sternum? Hired gun, approximately 4,000 newtons. 400, no, that's kilos. So divide by kilos and then divide by gravity. Correct. That's how... Now let's move on to physics. What is the farthest one human being could conceivably throw another, and thus the longest distance away from which you could trust them? Have you got a measuring tape I could borrow? No. Do I have to throw someone, or could someone throw me? I'm out of here. Let me get back to you on that one. I have no idea. Insufficient response. Okay, so presumably this is saying that, I don't want that. I want the character sheet. Presumably this is saying, because I haven't, like, upped my biology and tinker and stuff, because we are all in on shooting and magic spell so far, and nothing on anything else, I am not a generalist enough to be allowed to enter here. Ostentatious and functional. The best way of telling the rest of the world to go to buggery. Behold you... Okay, that's his talking point. No, 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 no. How much do these people weigh? Normal human amounts. Do I have to throw someone, or someone can throw me? I don't think this question is especially well thought out. Correct. Really? Now to our final and most feared category, general knowledge. Okay, so it's not... Old Don Bradman. 99.94 ain't so bad. Correct. The brief blare of some kind of party horn momentarily deafens you. Proceed through the gates. Welcome to Southern Cross. Okay. No, it wasn't that we were too stupid. Stranger. Hey, his smile is confident, but not quite arrogant. Sorry about that whole rigmarole. We get a lot of people who just want to have a sticky beak, have a look at. Take a longer look at something or someone who's always getting involved in people's other business. Some of them are generally curious, but others have been... He lets the silence fill your imagination with unspeakable past events before he continues. Anyway, we try to be careful now, that's all. There's a reason no one comes here, isn't there? Yeah, the beer's shit. Anyway, let me be the first to welcome you to our humble scientific community. He points past the dilapidated greenhouse to a man standing next to a book-laden camper van. That's Anthony, resident book lover and ad hoc schoolteacher. Next up is Lily, dreamer and seamstress. Keeps to herself mostly. She's our newest resident, so she's still figuring out the ropes. And there's me, Maddie. He gives you a grin and shakes your hand. Geologist by training, jack of all trades by circumstance. I keep the place running and handle what the locals call personal disputes. He leans in conspiratorially. That's academic speak for adults throwing tantrums. And let me tell you, academics are good at holding pointless tantrums. And pointless grudges. Let's trade. Rest $50. How come you're the guy who keeps the place running? Why would adults be throwing tantrums? You've never been in academia, have you? The smile he gives you is one shade short of condescension. Oh, it's too real. It's too real. Tell me about Southern Cross. A history buff, huh? Used to be the Yingan History Museum just over here. Wonderful place. Full of local paraphernalia. People, and to be clear, I don't hold myself above that. Dr. Blobber is just as guilty as all the others. People donated all kinds of things, from old mine workings to typewriters to radios. Local fellow named Lance Stevens dedicated himself to writing up the comings and goings of the residents of Yilgarn Shrine. Oh no, Shire, sorry. Back in the day. Back in the pre-war days. Now this, he directs your gaze towards the hive-like mass of concrete prefabs that dominate the visible horizon. Government needed to chuck up housing in a hurry when they built the particle accelerator in Cal's old super pit. I didn't know Caledon had his own personal particle accelerator, but okay. Figured they'd do it smart and cheap, and took a leaf out of Moshe Safdie's book. Course, bureaucracy being what it is, the place was still only about 60% complete when the bombs dropped. The rest of the prefabs are strewn between here and Perth at various substations. Meredith's got a few of them, I think. He looks at the cityscape fondly. We have our own share of abandoned dreams, but this place is made of them. We like it here anyway. Let's trade. I need to know if you have milk. He does have scrap, though. He also has a safety vest. Stick with the scrap for now. What can we give you for that? Or am I willing to? I'm willing to part with some of my $600. How come you're the guy who keeps the place running? Ah, he stretches with forced nonchalance. I've been here the longest. I know how everything works. I don't need a dedicated lab, since a lot of my research can be done in the field. His expression darkens. Not that I get a lot of time outside the walls anymore. Who's Moshe Safdie? World-renowned architect. He stacked concrete prefabs just like these in some place called Montreal. The pre-war government liked it because it was cheap, but they didn't put much effort into the overall design. How long have you been here? About all my life. He looks up at the cloudless sky. Mum brought me here when I was still in nappies, and I wasn't a late bloomer or anything. Not some 8-year-old with an underbite and a bedwetting problem. Not like some people I could name. He smiles in an attempt to be disarming that merely comes across as wolfish. So, it's been a good 40-something years I've been mending things inside these walls. Goodbye. Rock on. The market stall has seen better days. No. What about this totally not Stoby pole? Some smart Alec has scrolled this way to enlightenment. Ah ha ha, because it has lights. Anthony Hannon, chemist. What does the bin have for us? Some more scrap and some toothbrushes. Gotta work on your tan whenever you get the chance. Okay, now I don't feel so bad trying to come this way. Yoink, yoink. Ideas from before, mummified by droughts both meteorological and intellectual. Anthony Harris, this sandy-haired man looks up at you as you approach, light glinting off his wire-framed glasses. He closes the book he was reading, using a finger to mark his place, and reaches out a hand to shake yours. Welcome to Southern Cross. I'm Anthony, and if you made it past Maddie's questions, you must be someone worth talking to. He smiles expectantly. Shake his hand and introduce himself. Shake his hand while maintaining eye contact but say nothing. Can I call you Tony? Answering a bunch of pedantic questions shouldn't be used as a measure of someone's worth. Got anything good to drink here? Nice lab coat. No, be polite. A mercenary, he sounds impressed but wary. Don't reckon you'll find much in the way of entertainment down here. We're a peaceful bunch. He glances at a strange structure in the middle of town, then scratches the side of his nose. Ah, this must be the death ray. Anyway, he smiles again and gestures at the neatly kept library behind him. I teach the kids here during the day. But you're always welcome to stop by for a chat after hours. If you get on my good side, I may even let you borrow a tome or two. What's the farthest one human has ever been thrown by another? 4.78 meters. I thought everyone knew that. Oh, that's why I haven't seen my world records book recently. Maddie. Where did you get all the books? Here and there. He turns to look fondly at the bulging shelves. It's been a labor of love over the years, I can tell you. And I wouldn't be adverse to adding to the collection. Pretty much anything, his face darkens, except explicit books. What have you got against sex? He looks surprised. Nothing, it's great, he clears his throat. But the descriptions of it, who puts what where, various synonyms, turgid, he shudders. It's just so voyeuristic and squishy. My real issue is that it's pure escapism, and when society's already headed down the toilet, the last thing you need is more ways for them to ignore what's going on. What are you reading? Wordsworth. Sounds worthy and wordy. Wordsworth, word, worthy. Not the worst poetry joke that I've ever heard, he smiles faintly. Do you have a philosophy book? That actually seems vaguely philosophical, so we will buy that. We're meant to be buying philosophy books for the, magical hippie commune. And other than that, I want all the scrap I can get. Did I need to get Keynes? I feel like Keynes might actually have been one of the ones I needed. So let me check that. Principles of Moral... Yeah. Okay, so we just got this one. So he's unlikely to have another, because realistically they probably put one of these in each of the other major settlements. Meriden, Deborah, Corda. We need one from the Lake Deborah Library, but the rest we've now got. Cool. Who else is here? So this is presumably the Death Ray. The structure resonates with barely contained electricity. The closer you get to the control panel, the more your hair stands on end. You swear you can feel the electromagnetic field undulating slowly as you cast your eyes over the various buttons and switches gleaming in front of you. On one side of the control panel is some kind of heavy metal crank. Press the button marked fire. I feel like I shouldn't be fiddling with the death ray thing. Lily Petrovic. This slim, anxious woman is looking at the sky. Her hands move restlessly, touching her dress, her hair, her face. She seems oddly out of phase with the environment around her, almost as if she's moving to a rhythm that no one else can see. She hums quietly to herself. Whatever it is, it sounds old and primal. Occasionally, she glances at her shadow and makes some minor adjustments to her position. She turns and gives you her full attention. The effect is like plunging into an ice-cold pool. Yes? I'd like to see what you have in stock. A handsaw, a projector lens, brings the big picture into focus, barbed wire roll, and a screwdriver. No. And who are you? My name is Lily. Her voice is musical and lilting. As for who I am, that's what I've come here to discover. Are you a scientist too? Cosmologist. She makes a minute adjustment to her scarf. I study the universe, here and now, past and future. She makes the sign of the... Oh, she's one of the hippie magic people. Almost as an afterthought. You must know Brennan, right? She goes very still. What gave it away? The little hand motion you did. Ah, she puts her hands behind her back, clasping them tightly. A lifetime of practice, a lifetime to forget. I did warn him that I'd make a terrible spy. You're a spy? Doug didn't send you, she laughs. Good gosh, I'm even worse at this than I thought. She raises her hands, then drops them again. A helpless anti-shrug. He wants to know what's disrupting the ley lines. I told him I couldn't find anything, but he wouldn't believe me. I begged him to leave me alone, and he refused. How much would you pay me to not tell Doug you're skimping on your spy duties? However much I have, I'm sure it wouldn't be enough. Oof. Okay. CD-ROM drive. Pop the disc in and hope the drivers aren't faulty. Industrial magnet. Sure thing. Hello, who are you? You're off the clock? Fair enough. Yoink the sunflowers. A geodesic dome. So many scientists and not a single green thumb in sight. A backhoe? Well, this is more of a front hoe, isn't it? It's inscribed to someone named Tim. But the last of the known Tims were wiped out in the Great Emu War. Lance Stevens, historian. Prime Lab, West Lab. I suppose we should do this one first, else I'll forget about it. He who is cruel to animals is hard in his dealings with men. We can judge the heart of man by his treatment of animals. Iodine? Sure. Water bottle, aid kit, yoink. This harried woman waves you in without looking up. Sorry, I'm in the middle of this. It's going to be tricky to... Her sentence peters out. After several moments, you understand that you've been forgotten. Wait patiently. She reaches over to the left without taking her eyes off her notebook, patting around on the desk until she finds what she was after. She picks up a sandwich, smears it all over her notes, then stares at it blankly. You're not a pencil, she says to the sandwich with an air of reproach. This is too amusing not to watch. She wipes the mustard off her notes with her fingers and sucks on them reflectively. Suddenly, she springs into action. Aha! Working in the condiment, she quickly scribbles a complicated equation across the desktop and down the front of the drawers. Satisfied, she stands back up with a grin. Oh, she notices you and holds out her hand. Then she looks at her fingers, then at her desk, and turns the gesture into a one-handed shrug. Anyway, what can I do for you? Not the least strange academic to be introduced to. Sorry, not the most strange. What have you got to trade? Pencils, paper, a beef pie, and a chicken pie. No. Continue. What do you study here? Me? She seems amused. Bremsstrahlung emission on a micro and macro scale, focusing on changes to Rydberg cluster behavior in the past century. That sounds like gesture expansively a lot. You got it. That's why I can be a bit... She flaps her hands, you know. At least she's honest about herself. To thine own self be true. Neurotypical people trying to describe neurodivergent people. Look, she's not hurting anyone. She's weird in a, I find at least, charming way. Okay, what do we got? Honey gold lamplight, great for romance, terrible for close reading. Inert, it nonetheless retains some of the menace implicit in its larger cousin, so a baby death ray. At least we assume that it's the death ray. Another healing, some cash, and a green thermal vest. +1 strength. We should immediately equip that, because I don't think we're wearing anything. Slightly better ability to stabby and whatnot could be useful. This elegant woman paces her workshop, periodically checking an object strapped to her wrist. She nods when she sees you, then continues pacing. Finally, she says 1,000 and stops in front of you. You'll wear a rut in the floor if you keep that up. What kind of science do you cook up here? This place is a lot cleaner than the other ladies' lab. Buella's? Hard to be messier. Town dumps more organized and more useful. Oh god, no, they're feuding academics. I'm Siobhan. My name's on the door. That's how you pronounce it. I don't know why. Do you need something? I'd like to establish a trading outpost here. You got a lot going. We've got a lot going on at the moment. I'm going to need to pull your... You're going to need to pull your weight if you want me to take on the extra work. The extra yakka. Need anything? Yes, actually. She looks you up and down. You go out and about. I need radio parts. Someone used all ours up. Bring in a bunch if you can. Where would I find them? Inside radios? She gives you a look and then shakes her head. And they call it common sense, she complains to the ground in the room. Just saying hi. Well, don't. I don't need some looky-loo barging in and interrupting my train of thought. You see? This is a more normal person academic, and quite frankly, the weird lady was nicer. Very, very plainly, the weird lady was far nicer. It's all gobbledygook as far as you can tell, but it looks impressive. Yeah, I did do that one. G'day again, Wick. Okay, did that give us a new mini-quest? No. Unless it's one of these. It is. It's a main quest. Bring 10 radio parts to Siobhan in the Southern Cross. Find or buy a packet of seeds, a piece of manure, and a shovel for the greenhouse. Seriously? Piece of manure? There are so many camels around, and I don't think we've seen a piece of manure. Either it's sending secret signals in Morse code, or you need to spend less time in the sun. Okay, does that count as introducing myself to everyone? Are you happy to let me live here now, sort of? Matty Opic, good to see you. Do you know where I could find radio parts for Siobhan? You've run my stock dry, so let's see. I'd try Meredith or Corda. Ardith, if you're desperate. Don't be desperate. Okay. Nope. So, we can proceed with finding her more radio parts. I don't know that I want to disable the Death Ray. I don't want to personally depose the hippie commune boss, the magic hippie boss. We could try entering again now as a mercenary trader, scientist, or philosopher, seeing as we've gotten Kendra from Corda to, Dejette from Corda to join. This person wants the radio parts, so we could go buy radio parts everywhere. And this feels like it should be finished because all the objectives are ticked off, so that's weird. Okay, if we're going to go everywhere and buy radio parts... Oh, but we have a random encounter on the way to the hippie commune. What have we got? We have raiders, not combat wombats this time. Can you get up into smacking range? Not quite. Can you get to smacking range with him? Yes. So, get into smacking range. Smack. Ah! Smack. Hello? Smack. And knocked over, so we can insta-critical you if we have someone else use a melee. End turn. This is my character. I'm really, really good at shooting. There's not a lot of cover. That's sort of cover. Ah, but I'm in knife mode. Well, that's my fault. I didn't swap us out after the fight against the drop bears. So I'm going to get one less... I'm not going to get one less attack, actually, so that's fine. 88, 89, 88. Does one of them have less health than the others? You have less health. So I'm more likely to be able to take you out sooner. That'll do. You were in knife mode, and you could probably finish off this person who's been knocked over. No? Well, that sucks. Swap into gun mode. Gun. Gun. Healing lady. Can you get into range? You cannot get into range. Yet I feel like getting into close range with this person is reasonable. So... let's just get into close range with this person. And then if they try to move anywhere, we'll get opportunity attacks. And then you here swap double pistol or single pistol? Single pistol. Pretty good, but just not quite, annoyingly. Well, you might as well reload. Okay, this guy gets up. Ow. Good miss. She backs off. Opportunity attack, dead. Okay. 80. No, I want to get rid of this other sniper. You. And then with our remaining remaining movement points, I'd like to be about here, I think. And reload. So because we got full skill on the shooting skill, we get free reloads when we do a kill, instead of it costing an action point, which is why that was free. Smack. Goodbye to you. And then we would like to use extra run. Get over here. Yes. You also... Well, actually, no. You might as well change over to this. And then slightly too far away. Get there. And now this guy. This guy. Reload. End turn. And then stabby. Stabby. Oh, big miss, boo. He uses a health pack. You know what? Let's put him on fire. Use fire magic. Too far away? Get a bit closer. Use fire magic. That'll do. And then shot. Shot. Reload. And move up. Avoiding the ground that's on fire. And smack him with the big stick. Okay. What goodies have they all got? Barely even took any damage. Only DJ took any damage. Money, band-aids, another big stick. Hunting rifle, $5. $20, sniper rifle, water bottle. And back on our way. Continue heading this way. And we are looking to buy radio parts. Bring 10 radio parts to Siobhan. And we would also like a packet of seeds, manure, and a shovel. Now, these guys are really good at biology growing stuff, so they might well actually also have seeds or manure or shovel. Hello again. What have you got for trade? Has a shovel. Has seeds. Bucket, but not manure. What will we give you for that? One of our new spare sniper rifles and sticks. Yep, I'm still making a profit. I'm happy with that. Check our inventory. Yep, seeds and shovel. So now we just need some shit. Oh, I should check you. I'm pretty sure that you just activated the lift, but... You didn't sound too happy about Brennan's view on trade. Why are we still toiling all day when we could be selling water to Meriden or whoever? There's a fucking drought, for Christ's sake. I just don't get it, mate. It seems like a contradiction. All of this work, create our own paradise, we are nature and all that bullshit. Then we have this opportunity to shortcut things, but we've got this glorified idea of work for work's sake. Go ask Lockie about having to build and fix all his own stuff. I'm telling you, people are spewing all over. So this is for working on deposing their magic hippie leader, presumably. It's meant to be a source of rebellion. There's more to life than barcords. Even the creepers are lush and beautiful. And then the decorative water that scares us. Could we pick up maybe some chicken poop? No. This is where the drop bears attacked us. Do the guards have anything else for us to do, or are they happy with us now? Welcome all, are we though? Got any left over from those raiders who attacked? Think they deserve anything? I'm not sure, we kinda had it all under control, didn't we? You just got in the way, if anything. But maybe if we give them something, they'll leave us alone, huh? He laughs. Sure, mate, we picked up a couple of pieces. We got this modded revolver, a sharpened cleaver, and this hat. I want the hat. Good choice. Surely there's a bit of cash coming my way. You're in the wrong place for that. And no, that lot had nearly fuck all on them. Pretty sorry fuckers, honestly, and dead ones now. And you? You going to be less of a dickhead to strangers now? G'day, mate. You're proving you're not completely useless, eh? How about 50 bucks and a foot rub to show how much you appreciate me? Now I bet you're really happy you didn't shoot me. Watch it. There's still time, he grins. Could you put me towards some interesting places? Interesting? Maybe. Did some wandering from Ardith when I still ran with those fuckers. I'd say let's check out... You should check out the brewery at Lake Johnson. If it's still operating. Bit of a hike east of Ardith, but I reckon you lot can handle it. Then there's Coralocking. Mean old bastard living there. Went to see him a couple of times. Don't expect hugs and kisses when you get there, though. Have you got any news? Nope. You'd hear it if I did. Where did you come from before this? I was part of Ardith crew. Heard on the spot from Drew. Wanted to try something else, and here we are. Okay, so has that given me a new location on the overworld out of interest? Maybe Lake Johnson. Getting distracted by other things. Find a new place. Want to investigate. Oh my god, Ruse. We're being attacked by Ruse. Alright. Sure. Big miss. Reasonable hit. And now we're out of action points. You... honestly, probably cast our AoE poison spell thing, but if we could get it also so that it heals her... let's do it like this. So if the Ruse try to close on us, they should enter the poison sphere of influence thing. And then other than that, I'd like you to stab this person. Lovely. And then head to here, and that'll do. She can swap into gun mode and shoot some of these Ruse. Any of them healthier than the others? You are the least healthy. So you are the easiest to remove in terms of DPS per hit point, presumably. Slowed, poison, resisted poison. They're trying to box us. Stabby, stabby. Yeah, one good hit, one miss. Lick wounds, heals, gets poisoned. He could cast Fireball, but honestly... could you get over here and then stab it? No. Well then, change over to using your own magic spell. And also magic spell them. Poisoned, slowed, poisoned, resisted poison. Miss, miss. Rue uses sprint. Poisoned, slowed. Also uses sprint. Poisoned, slowed, resisted, poisoned. Sprint. Poisoned, slowed, poisoned. Execution. Okay. Go after the damaged one. Lovely. That'll do. You can club this one to death, please. And again. That'll do. And you need to change into stabby mode and commence the stabbing. I'd like you to finish the one that's sort of close to death there. And then that one. Big miss. You cast AoE damage there to kill that one. Good go. Okay, so the roos aren't actually that damaging. The combat wombats were more of a worry. No. Hail, Salah. Can you actually just stab? Thank you. Big miss. Turn. You finish the one that's right next to you. Beautiful. And then this one. Your turn. Stabby. And lastly, I accidentally moved wrong. Sucks to be me. Stabby. So close, yet not quite. Stabby. There we go. Lots of roo meat. And roo pelts. Now, roos are actually an excellent food source. They are far more efficient than cow at turning plant into meat that we can eat. Realistically, aside from milk cows, we should probably be replacing pretty much all of the world's meat cow with roos. Just from a water and landscape management maintenance perspective. Also, less methane, etc., etc., less global warming contribution. There's a whole bunch of ways in which they're good. There ain't no Kobe roos. There could be. Have highly marbled roos. Okay. New location. Commence the explorification. Day Dawn Brewery. He's got totally not knockoff Foster's. Brookton Lager. Purple canvas vest, +1 intelligence. Sure. Who needs that the most? Probably Deej. On the other hand, intelligence gives us action points. Will it push us up into the next action point economy? Yes. This gets us up into 8 per turn, so I could double cast the AoE heal/damage spell, which seems amazing. G'day. You lot know how to do a bit of bush bashing, eh? He wipes his hand hurriedly on his cloth. Don't mind the mess. My cleaner's not due for another week. He laughs at his own joke. See, what I brew here is special. Secret. Not many people in or out. So, as they used to say, no photos, no videos, and leave your bags at the door. You know, I try, but she just won't stop following me, she grins at her sister. I'd say I follow you around like a bad smell, but you've got that covered on your own. Mad goofs. Ella smiles. Let's see what you have. More scraps? Yes, please. Raw hops, suck it and see. We'll take the scraps though. How are you able to get your ingredients? Well, I've had to get creative. I experiment with different herbs and flowers and even burning different wood to get interesting flavors. It's not easy, but it's part of the challenge. What was that about different wood? Yeah, happy accident. Once my solar panels packed it in, I started using Jarrah. And a while back to get the big kettles going, thought fuck it, why not, and chucked a bit in during the fermentation. You see a smug smile form beneath his beard, and he starts nodding to himself. And it was fucking great. Buy a couple of tins and see for yourself, he laughs loudly. Which plants in particular? I've been looking for desert pea flowers to add to my brews, but they don't grow around here. Same with the wildflowers I use for dry hopping. When I can't always find them myself, I can have others bring them in. A couple of barter crews know what I'm after as well. Bring me Sturt Desert peas and pea flowers, and I'll see if they're good. Then I'll share some brew with you. Here's some of them. Legend! Those are the ones. Keep them coming. Here you go, mate. He hands you a beer. Really? I collected 10 of them and he's given me 1 beer for that? That's underwhelming. Drop Bear beer. Totally not VB. What else have you got? Wait. Does he keep on doing it? Oh, no, he does it per one. Okay. Okay, then we can just keep doing it. Is this the flower you're after? Is this the flower you're after? And is he giving me more drop? No, he's not. He's not taking more of them. How odd. We wouldn't want to book a room. This setup must need a lot of water. How are you able to get enough of it? So he quickly corrects himself. I've tried a few different methods. Used to collect rainwater when it was a thing. I also have a system for purifying groundwater when I can get it. But that's gone the way of hen's teeth. So yeah, Jewies sometimes pass by here, or I'll have to do the odd run if a barter crew hasn't brought any in. You wouldn't have a few litres spare, would you? Pay cash. Or, in kind, if beer's your thing. That's all. Cheers, mate. Empty water bottle, some more rags. A heels hoist. Okay, there's not that much more here. Oh no, you can go in. Okay, I didn't realize he meant literally leave your stuff at the door. Some more Drop Bear beer. Young cat, young mate. A bookcase. With transformed economics and some spare paper. Gym. Oh no, that was the door out. My bad. I'm sorry, let me back in. There's still stuff to steal. I mean, free items that we must avail ourselves of for helping him clean up his location. $50 and a gold nugget. What about over here? A +1 revolver. And then we can talk to you. Couldn't stay away, could you? They never do. And he's just the same person. Still. An extra +1 revolver. And some garbage to sell off isn't terrible. As well as some more points of interest. All the points of interest add to our experience. Speaking of which, we've apparently leveled up when I wasn't paying attention. What do we do now? Oh, I can't while we're in the intro map. This was not useful. We haven't been to Alderside yet. We've been to Kokeby, we've been to Key Road, we've been to Valley Valley, we've been to Pipton. We haven't been to this. Coralocking. Combat wombats, drop bears, what do we got? Dingoes. And raiders. Okay, you go and then smack the dingo. So close to finishing that off. And she gets to assume cover. Beautiful. You... I would like to stab that. And finish it. And then I could change to weapon. And make a start on shooting these guys. You. So that they get them marked so that everyone else gets an easier time of shooting him. And we'll do a reload and we're done. You change over to this. 1, 2. Oh, so close. Can you also find cover? You can. The dingoes got my babies. Not quite. The dingo sprints. The raider jogs up and then takes a shot. You can't get there, so you're better off here and then converting over to pistol. Oh, so close, but not quite enough. Reload and turn. If you were to go here, I know it puts him, like, really close to the enemies, which is terrible. But, can he then cast... Yes. Kill one, poison and slow the other. Beautiful. Doggo uses sprint. You try and rifle our tank. It's my go again. Absolutely... I kind of want to target Doggo, but I think we should get rid of the person that's shooting us more than the doggos. Reload. That'll do. Can you get over to him? You can't. Then swap into your shotgun. And take out Dingo 1 a bit. Reload. Come on. Oh, it needs 2, fair enough. And Doggo uses run. And run. You... I'd like you to finish off that guy. Excellent. And then Doggo. And then swap back to stabbing because the doggos are close enough to worry about that. You can change back to stabbing and maybe stab Doggo 1. Really? No, she can reach there, that's fine. Oh, and it's a reach weapon, so she can stand further away than I think she can, which I tend to forget. Now you start charging at this guy. Turn your last action points into even more running. Get up nice and in his grill. Honestly, I'd prefer you to come over here and cast heal on everyone. And this way, if the dingo tries to come close to us, it also has to deal with the poison and slow. Poisoned. Him. Him. Reload. End. Yeah, shotgun the dingo, why not? Change over. And get up as in its grill as you can, because you're our tank. Stabby. 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 And you get over there and stabby this one. Beautiful. Dingo meat. Dingo meat. Raider 1. Band-aids. Money. Gun. Raider 2. Revolver. Band-aids. Raider 3. Money. Gun. Okay. Continue back on our way. Okay, Coralocking. Regular-sized Australian spiders. Oh, as if they're not called regular-sized Australian spiders. It's called giant spider. Boo! Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. Maybe back up a little bit. Honestly, double casting seems reasonable. Also to heal our friend and provide defensive don't run at me, bro, AoE. Okay, goodbye, regular-sized Australian spider. You here, get in front and turn. And you about there. I know, Jingo, exactly. They are regular-sized Australian spiders. We did have some of the devs here earlier. Maybe they'll return at some stage, and I'll get to make the suggestion. Kill that one. Being able to double cast this just seems way too good. Smack. Smack. Insta-crit because it had been knocked over, and retreat back behind our protective wall of flowers. Reload and turn. And we could actually have you swap over to this and do Overwatch, which we almost never use. Same with you. No? Okay then. Wait. Really? They intentionally stayed out of our range? How far away can I magic you? Got ya. Got ya. Overwatch this way. Overwatch this way. And they're too far away to aim shot. I mean, bug spray works on them just fine, Wick. That's poison. You want me to use fire instead? I don't know fire. DJ knows fire. But he doesn't have as good range on his spells as me. Yeah, being able to double cast full level this probably needs tuning down a bit. It is a bit too good. I would like even more action points, but I should also maybe work on my health. Yeah, health and movement points. And then for our skill, what will we work on next? The ability to fix things? I don't care about utility items. We've never used Punt. Punt is like a luck system, where you can invest luck points to do things. Initiative for our friends. Initiative for our friends. All allies within 3 meters gained the inspired condition. Even more initiative. When we make a crit, allies gain brave, giving them even more initiative and accuracy. Even more initiative. Marking cost less actions. No. I don't really need healing though, seeing as our healing spell is so good. So maybe we work on our Overwatch thing. There's conceivably times when the overwatching would be useful. Even if for the most part so far we're just using double AoE damage / healing spell. And we should put on that new strength vest. You could use it. It would help your melee damage, girl. Spider meat? Not had spider. Honey ant? Honey ant is nice. But I've not had spider. More bush peas. A +1 hammer and another gold nugget. That's back out to the real world. Hello, strangers. The decrepit man sits slumped in a tattered camping chair. He runs a thumb over an intricate pendant while watching you. He waves his hand at the woman working the weeds growing the porch. Catherine, killers are here for me again. She rises from her crouch, a hand on her back. These lot aren't our enemy. Ben, it's okay. She turns to you. We don't get too many visitors. Are you lost? You notice a small cut on her cheek as she brushes some hair from her face. Oh, wow. I've seen a drawing of that necklace. Are you the Ripper? They're still on the lookout for me, eh? He holds the gold pendant in his hands. Nowadays I go by Ben. You killed a lot of people back in the day. I know. My old crew put me on a pedestal, but I'm just a man, you know. A man who had a bloody good run. He smiles savagely. No wonder you're hiding out here with a rep like yours, or what happened to your cheek? She reflexively covers the cut with her hand. No, Salah. This is in-game. In-game in the... When we got to the second city, after the first city we visited got destroyed by raiders, on the wanted board in the city was an ancient note about this guy who killed one of the local shopkeep's family, friends, etc., long ago by locking the local people in their homes and then burning the homes down while they were in it. She reflexively covers the cut with her hand. Oh well. She looks at Ben. We've been having trouble with some killers, as Ben put it. It's my reputation, one I can't even bloody remember right. He slams a fist into his thigh. I'm all right, love. Be kinder to yourself, Ben. That all happened a long time ago. He smiles at her with disarming warmth. Ben's right, though. Those bastards come every night, screaming all kinds of awful threats. I don't know how much longer we can hold them off. Sounds like you're in the market for my services. A merc, eh? You're all the bloody same, only got the decency to help if someone's got the purse to pay you. Ben! She glares at him, and he looks at her, confused. He leans over and speaks out the side of his mouth. Is Sheila with you? Catherine sighs and looks away. We'll take your offer. I've got some money I can give you once the job's done. Our unwelcome guests usually show up at night. I mean, okay. If this old raider has retired and given up his life of evil to live on his little farm, whatever. We could travel to Meriden, but there's no way they'd let two old farts in for free. Ben chuckles and she throws him a lopsided grin. Ben's necklace would sell well. That'd be something. Problem is, I've got a bad back and a husband with dementia. Can't go myself to sell it. Ben goes to speak, but she raises a hand. There's a way to make sure no one dies tonight. Let me pay for the necklace and escort you to Meriden. Really? $500 or we won't make it. I've got the cash. She quickly scans the money before lobbing you the necklace. You're a lifesaver. Let me grab some essentials and we can go. And we get to have not anyone die. He wipes his brow. Thought we'd never get out of that fucking line. Just as well that Ngoyan woman offered me a cleaning job. I just hope her house isn't too big. Here's your payment. Make sure to pop by for a cuppa. I'm going to get Ben settled. Can we sell out the fact that we brought these people here to the hunters and collectors man for him to murder them? One of your mates has honey ant as a kid, and thoughts all ants were that tasty and found out the hard way. Oh no. Oh no. There we are. There's hunters and collectors. Hunter, I think you're going to love this gig I've got for you. Putting people down like mangy dogs sounds exhilarating, he waves him off. He leans in, excitement in his voice. We've got some mean-looking bastards trying to set up shop in Kulja. I say, fuck that. We've got enough problems with the mongrels in Ardith. Don't need some dickheads thinking they can run the block. So is this a new wanted poster? Where's his circle of friends? I mean, he is a Queenslander, Wick. It's like saying he's a northerner. In fact, it's very much like saying he's a northerner. The Nagoyans want to help out a Dewey in Mount Holland, who claims he's being targeted by thieves. And unlike your northerners, they don't have a nice postman Pat accent. Jasper wants someone to find her old accountant, Wayne. Word is, he travelled south and now goes by the name Vacation. He's described as flamboyant. The notice further states that his wife Matilda and teenage daughter Lizzie are waiting for his safe return. Wanted, Governor Smith requests the safe return of Detto Jason Thomas for suspected involvement in the unsanctioned release of the Kalgoorlie representative. He is thought to be in Meriden. Oh no, he is to be brought to Meriden alive and unharmed, so that justice might be dispensed quickly and securely. It looks like it pays well. I'm here to claim the bounty on the Ripper. Here is the Ripper's old necklace. He's got some more work. He almost drops the necklace when you hand it to him. Finally, someone got the fucker. Experience gained. Money gained. Thank you so much for this. I don't know how many people you've helped by putting that animal down. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't let the poor old dementia man live. What have you got for sale? Remembering that we need to buy more radio parts. Yes, we made money and we let innocent old man and his wife live. Extremely plus 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 spear and extremely plus 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 sniper rifle. Yellow hood. No, I don't really need any of those. Innocent? He's given up his life of evil, Scuba Stevens. He can't even remember properly because he has dementia. He is not guilty in the sense of he does not know that he has done. He is innocent on the grounds of mental incompetence at the moment, not for his historical actions. Wait, does Collector have anything for us to do? No, he doesn't. Oof. The question is not can they reason or can they talk, but do they suffer? Oof. Okay, maybe we talk to the traders here and or the boss lady here and see if we can get a trade thing set up with the native settlement. Nope. And we might find some camel poo. You'd think barley would be something that the beer-making man wants. Ah, there is camel poo. You've found camel poo. Excellent. Don't know that I ever thought I'd be uttering the sentence, want camel poo, but here we stand. Also got manure. So what did we need? We needed we could also go ask the lady about that box, although she might be grumpy because we didn't stay strictly in line and help her get the Kalgoorlie person. Talk to Dawn, might know more. Oh, he needs 10 wildflowers. He should have been more specific in his dialogue. Now, where's the other one? Not this. It was the one about needing poo. Oh, no, it's a main quest. This one. Packet of seeds, piece of manure, shovel. Manure. Shovel. Packet of seeds. Let's go. Well, not yet, actually. First, I want to speak to Boss Lady and see if we can set up a trading thing. And fail it. Well, Boss Lady for trading thing, Boss Lady for possible black rectangle thing, and go back to the bank and talk to the girl again for maybe another hint about where the person has gone. Are you open to more trade outposts in Meriden? I have always welcomed trade, but some seem to forget that those taxes they complain about keep us afloat. As long as any potential trade partners pay their dues, I have no objection to them setting up shop. I'd like to establish a trading outpost here, a link to Corda. She shakes her head. A different face will not sway me. Once Westonia is back on its feet, Meriden won't need a trade outpost. Dang. But she says she's open to it. And can we steal the rectangle? Yes. Okay, so we found Uncle, whoever he was, little rectangle. I forget where he gave us the hint about where the rope is, though. Ask where vacation should be. We could do that while we're here in Menzies' house. Where's Uncle's thing? Yeah, find the black rectangle and find the black rope. The plastic rope could be somewhere in Okay, but we can't get in there yet because we haven't proved we're worthy. So next is Bank. Bank, talk to... Was it Rose? Dawn. Do you have any ideas where Jason might have gone? He found a map the other day. I spent 7 hours listening to him to say various variations of Boo Rabbin, and Boo Rabbin. So if I had to guess, he might be going somewhere near there. But not Boo Rabbin? Go away! He hasn't got time for our shit. Fair enough. Is there anything else I want to do while we're here? Yes, I wanted to go to the witch household. Menzies' house and ask where vacation is. So, up and right. And I should also check out all the vendors for radio parts. What do you think of Governor Smith's stance on the other side as Vendettos? While I don't agree with the whole policy, I see nothing overly objectionable. Can you tell me what vacation looks like? The bounty just said flamboyant. He's surprisingly good at changing his appearance, so no. That would be the last time I let Cole take dictation, however. Do you have any more information on where he went? The last person I hired tracked him to Ardith, but wasn't able to definitively locate him. I know he doesn't want to be found, but I need him and he owes me. Okay, that's not overly useful. But Ardith is at least a slight lead. And then we need to talk to everyone that sells crap about radio parts. So start from the top of town, hunters and collectors. Do you have radio parts? Yes, give. It's expensive. I will give you a old revolver, an old revolver. I don't need 5 pistols. I mean, I don't have 5, but you get the idea. I don't need all of these sniper rifles spare. Yeah, I'm only losing a little bit of money that way. That's fine. Okay. Do you have radio parts? No, you only have gun. Fair enough. Goodbye. Next. I don't remember talking to you, yet I know you. Pay me a fee every week or collect the bounty on your husband. No. I'm not that evil. Have you been having nightmares about the attack on Angela? I've seen a man guts splayed out across the road like the world's worst skipping rope. I've had to shoot a mate when he got on the sharp end of a brown snake, and we were too far away from anyone who might have been able to help. I don't get nightmares no more. But the thing I don't understand is dangers I can't assess. Those scare the shit out of me. Anyone who's able to sleep soundly right now is a fool.
Ta.
Okay, her talking point is still in the wrong location. For some reason it likes talking to her from like over here. Okay, no, it's in a different random spot now. Do you know anything about the Don's batting average? 99.94. I thought every Aussie was born with it preloaded into their brain. You are an Aussie, ain't ya? You weren't anywhere near when the explosion took Mick out. Do you think you're having some kind of delayed reaction? Don't know. All I know is it sucks. Like chewing on alfoil. Tinfoil. Well, aluminium. Makes everything taste like shit. Nope, she doesn't have anything to trade. Here's the cat that we're allowed to pat. So it's a way in-game, Jingo, for you to get the information for the other... So say you didn't know that number. It's a way for you to get a hint for that number to enter the science town if you didn't know it in-game. Pat kitty. No, I'm all too aware of the Go Don Bradman, the song. 99.94 ain't so bad. No, Jingo. You've been here while we've literally answered that question. When it was asked by the Science Town entry man. Can you help me remember or forget other skills? It will reset all your attribute and skill points. Absolutely not. What do you think makes a good leader? Caring for other people. Really caring, no matter who. So, tell me about yourself. If the chance arises, I will. How are you holding up? I'm doing alright. And by alright by me and alright by you, hopefully, he smiles with a hint of self-deprecation. We could change our magic power, but I honestly really like our magic power, so no. What have you got for trade? Alas, no radio parts. But we will take the normal junk, because that lets us upgrade our gun to plus gun. Who the F is Don Bradman? Only the best cricketer that has or ever will be. And as an Adelaidean, I of course have to claim him as my own. Everyone's all aflutter. What happened when Connor attacked Angela? But I can't tell you one thing. I can tell you one thing. Not a single animal was disturbed by it. They've just been going about their business. It's baseball? Imagine hitting 99 home runs a game. Boom! Calm as you please. That's enough to tell me whatever happened. We humans just don't understand it. Not yet. Baseball doesn't really exist here, Salar. There's a little bit of, like, softball for kiddies, but that's about it. Why do you think the animals weren't bothered by Connor's attack? To put it in a way that you would be able to understand, like an analogy that you might be better able to grasp, Salar, it would be like saying that he was a soccer player that got 8 goals a match. It's that sort of unbelievably good. Their average was 8 goals a match. What have you got for sale? Radio parts? Alas, medical, not radio parts. Doo-doo-doo. You already have one boring sport, we don't need two. Oof. It seems I owe my life to Sarah and you. God, it's like the worst hangover and the worst flu combined, but I've got to keep moving. Doctor's orders. I mean, there's also a fair bit of literal cheating these days with ball tampering and other crap, Jingo, so... See you round, young fella. It's just more clandestine these days, Salah, instead of being so open about it. The attack was frightening in the moment, but it's over. You don't need to think about it anymore. You can choose not to think about it. My thoughts just jump from one ghastly memory to the next. It's like a photo album I can never close. You're telling me that's not normal? No wonder other people find living more agreeable. Goodbye.
There are jobs here.
You want to be a lion tamer. Thank you kindly. Welcome, Siri? Siri 83? Siri, welcome. None of these people would sell robot parts, metal parts. Friend that we saved from the other city might, though. Where's his little thing? Where is his thing? Look, if this person has chosen their name to be a troll to other people, that's his choice. I guess they could literally have their name be like Siri, play music or something. That would be the biggest of them. You, do you have radio parts? No, he doesn't sell crap. Boo! Okay. Then I think we're done here. Someone who knows vacation in Ardith. How many radio parts do we have in total now? 5. So we're halfway there. And we could go deliver... Yeah, let's go deliver those things to Southern Cross. The things that will make their greenhouse work. Mad, Ella, Deej, Jess. Let's go. No, it's from The Witcher? Okay, it's been a long time since I played The Witcher. I should play Witcher 1 on stream. I quite liked The Witcher 1. So it was... Southern Cross, go. Now, how do we just go over here and interact with this now? And we'll, like, deposit our manure and shovel and seeds? You roll up your sleeves and get to worst. Okay, but they still want the radio parts, so partial credit, but alas, not enough. So where was this other place we meant to go? We're meant to go to here and find more out about the missing person. You've just discovered Narimbine. Sure, let's go to this new place. This doesn't look friendly. Judging from the size, this was a kid, 2 kids and an adult. Together until the last. bottle, band-aids. No, they're not friendly. So what do we got? Jay, Audrey, and people we can't see. I mean, you can get into range and smack, so why not? Commence the smackening. I guess you could start making your way towards the next girl, or at least get back in cover. Damn it, her goes next, so she gets to get back up before we get to insta-kill her because she's thrown. I will use Magic Spell, heal and kill you. And Magic Spell, get you. Hide. That'll do nicely. Can you go there without getting... Swap over to gun. Gun. Double miss, big oof. Unfortunately, you can't be overly useful. I guess you could get there. And then swap to pistol. And at least be a little useful. And then sprint. Can we get you into cover? Beautiful. Also need to get in cover, friend. Use your water spell doesn't go as far, but it still goes far enough. And then sprint. The last of the way into cover. Beautiful. Okay, you cast poison. No. Oh my god. Well, I suppose it lets us move up and do more poisoning. Let's look at the plus side. No, it does not. Run back. And done. You get into cover there. And change over to your shotgun. And shotgun this girl. And then reload. But you can't because your reload is extra expensive. You reload, and you know what? You might just Overwatch. She can also Overwatch. Can your magic spells reach that far? I doubt it. So get pistoling. No, that's also too far. Well, then you can Overwatch as well if you're allowed. But you're not allowed, so... No, the best you could do is set up even more poison ground. You wanted to get back into cover, and leaving cover was unintentional. And now double poison. 1, 2. Shotgun. Damn. Reload. So close to killing you. And... Rifle. Rifle. Why does she still have rifle? Reload. Why does she have so many actions? Shoot. Shoot. Something's gone wrong and she's getting like infinite free actions. Oh well. Go Overwatch. You sprint up as much as you can. We do the same. Maybe even a little further. You go get back behind cover because you're damaged. Sprint. Sprint. You know what? You go back and heal her, actually. Good work. You get as close as you can reasonably to him, and then double cast heal / damage. Now you can try and run up to this guy. You heal her. Beautiful. And you know what? Let's not use magic. Let's use some stabbing. Revolver money. Rope rifle. Spiky mace money water bottle. Toothbrushes rifle. Bandages shotgun. Any fuel not emptied back in the day would have been alert long ago. Carefully, if hastily arranged, this scorched and pockmarked structure has seen its share of stray gun fire. What is our level? Last I remember we were like 8 or 9? We're now 11. And we should probably change so that you're going back to, not assuming that you're stabbing first. You do stab, he shoots, you shoot, she stabs, you assume that you're shooting. Although, realistically, you're now our mage, not our You're some sort of extremely athletic mage. A bluey? I think that was maybe a blue-tongue lizard. Mushrooms. And it looks like we've got everything that there is to get here. What are you trying to tell me I've got in my inventory? It's trying to say something. Because it keeps flashing it at me. Okay, now we were going here to try and find some information on the missing indentured servant. Hard to imagine there was a series of more popular video games based around this guy. I'm sorry, what? Oh, it's a little, like, video game icon thing. Fair enough. Hello. Why do you look like a clown? He grunts as you approach, his arms folded. What can you tell me about vacation? You're looking at him. Whatever you're selling, I ain't buying. If you're vacation, what's your wife's name? Evie. Actually, it's Matilda. You're telling me what to call my wife? Her name's between me and God. You should know your daughter misses you. No, she doesn't. I'm not even her real dad. Why else did you think I left? Who are you? Someone you don't want to tangle with. Someone scary. Why are you scary? Is that a joke? I don't like jokes. But you're dressed like a clown. Why is your name a joke? Yeah, it is. I'm the least imposing member of the crew. Either he genuinely believes it, or he's joking about not liking jokes. What do you do? Make sure mad mutts like you don't get stuck into anyone who don't deserve it. Stranger, this tall, tanned, and muscular woman surveys the town like a king admiring his domain. She turns her head to the south, and a gaudily dressed older woman gives a yelp of fright. Say my name. My name. She turns to Scary, who's watching your exchange with interest. What do I do with Smart Alex? Beat him. I beat him. She turns back to you. But just this once, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Priss, leader of the mongrels, scourge of the outback, future ruler of all, queen of all I survey. Now, you know who to beg for mercy when the time comes. She can't or doesn't disguise the admiration in her voice. I just got goosebumps. How many newtons does it take to break a human sternum? A little over 400 kilograms from memory. Scary. You know your science. How many kilograms to a newton? Near enough 10. Around about 10. Yep. 4,000 or so then. Or one of Mary's punches. So there's another hint. So just like the Don Bradman one that Jingo was trying to give me flack for, there is a hint for the other question to enter the town. Go pick up the camel poo. And then what's here? And then talk to the vendor. Maybe they have radio parts. No, they have a lot of very good butchering machetes. You can scream now. The Ardith Hotel. And stranger, who are you? Well, hello. Purple lipstick. She appraises you with a low whistle of appreciation. You are rocking that ensemble. Who's your stylist? He lifts a hand and mimes a circle. Spin and show off your outfit. He claps, like you've just executed some... Oh my god, our little character spins around. Beautiful, darling. You can twirl for me anytime. Where'd you get that lipstick? Would you believe that it's all pre-war leftovers? A pallet in a warehouse beyond the black stump. Sitting chock full of the stuff, with a huge clearance label on it. Who could turn down a shade like a blueberry blaze? He fluffs his hair. Then again, maybe no one back then could pull off this color the way I do. It only took 100 years and the collapse of civilization for a perfect face to arrive. He laughs lightly and leans closer to whisper conspiratorially. Every morning when I put it on, I like to imagine all these old avant-garde fashion photographers spinning in their graves. He gives you a wicked grin. They don't know what they've missed. Let's see what you've got. Paperbacks. A wedding ring, and a harmonica. No. Continue. Who are you? Someone who knows the value of appearances. A value someone should hold in higher esteem, in my humble opinion, he says after staring at us. But you were just praising my little dance. What do you do? Mostly, I try to get Gary to take off his mask and join the dark side. A quick flash of teeth gives lie to these words, and argue with the artist for pigments. Looking good takes work. Do you know about vacation? You've caught me fair and square. Good show. Your daughter misses you, not half as much as I miss her. He looks wistfully at the horizon. What's your wife's name? Delilah. Actually, it's Matilda. Delilah is her middle name. Honestly, try to keep up. Bye. Hold on, honey. Let me teach you a little something, and maybe not for everyone, but if you find the right doors, this key will work wonders. He continues to hold your hands and looks you deep in the eyes. How do you do? Then he brushes his lips across the back of your hand in the briefest of lingering touches. He lets it go and winks. Use it wisely now. Just because nature didn't grace you with good looks is no reason not to be able to charm the pants off the right people. Now what are you telling me? I've got more crap, sure. Find someone who knows vacation in Ardeth. So far no luck, although that person seems somewhat reasonable as they are extremely flamboyant. Bless me. Although everyone here seems fairly flamboyant. Hey, his smile is almost painfully shy. Welcome to the home for the homeless, rest for the restless, and a use for the useless. Welcome to Ardeth. Can you tell me where to find vacation? I was hoping I wouldn't have to come clean, but that's me. What's your wife's name? Jude. Actually, it's Matilda. That's what it says on her birth certificate. How could I forget? Know your daughter misses you. Ah, shit. I'm not a practiced liar like these guys. He has a daughter? Shit, I'm not a practiced liar like these guys. Look, he's the guy in the long trench coat with the sunglasses and fancy mustache. I thought we were protecting him from some weird vendetta, but if he's got a kid, I don't want to be involved. Kids need their parents. You and Scary share makeup? Oh, a slow flush creeps on his neck. He didn't say anything about it to you, did he? I knew he'd notice. I knew it. He starts biting at his thumbnail, staring unseeing in the direction of the boxing ring. Kinda hard to miss. Really? He looks guilt-stricken, like he's just run over his friend's dog. I ran out of zinc cream. He blurts out in a confession. I couldn't find any more, so I mixed powdered white paint with emu oil, and Scary is gonna kill me when he finds his precious face gets sunburnt. I'm a dead bloke walking. I could find you a new supply. Find zinc cream for Drew. If you could, I'd appreciate it. Wait, we cannot pat the dingo doggo. Don't show Miss Morrigan this person. Welcome to Ardith. The beads of her helmet tingle with the faint metallic clatter of tin bells, where freedom is a matter of personal opinion and a source of endless discussion. Got anything for sale? No, but I do have treasures to give you. She reaches into a voluminous pocket and produces something made of small hand-tooled aluminium beads. She hands it over reverently. For your chakras. What the hell are chakras? My chakras definitely needed more metal. Ah, a synchrosist. Combining aspects of multiple belief systems does allow us to express ourselves to our fullest. Really? She seems amused. Stocked up on the occult literature last time you trekked to the library? Quiet, child. She flaps her hands irritably. You'll anger the spirits. Nah, it takes more than words to make a spirit mad. Maybe these are different spirits than the ones you're used to. She jumps in smoothly. Of course, nothing to be ashamed of, dear. So who the hell are you? Lapis. Honorary member of the Artists' Enclave and eccentric auntie on duty. I hate to imagine that they have an array of retired eccentric aunties ready to call up to active duty. What do you do here? I sculpt in metals and dispense the occasional artistic critique. Not always well received. How did you end up here? I never really quite fit in anywhere. When I encountered Drew, he brought me here, and I've been a fixture ever since. Goodbye. Heck of a stack of self-portraits. A grenade, yes. A Molotov cocktail, and $50. That feels like it's the wrong hover tip for this. This should be something else. That should be over here, not here. There's so much manure. Shred your fingers on this, and it's a really crappy guitar compared to the other one that we saw. Stranger. The red lenses make his eyes a study in the contrast between flesh and dried blood. His breath rasps through the rebreather. Whether amplified or asthmatic, you can't tell. Newcomer, come closer. Okay. He reaches out, grabs your wrists with both hands, and twists the skin in opposite directions before letting go. Thanks for obeying my authority, suffer, narc. Your skin radiates heat and pain in equal measure. Know where I could find some zinc cream? What are you, a baby? Or just a bloke with baby bum face? I deal in colours. Why would I want white? To make lighter versions of regular colours? Okay, but consider this. Shut up. Who are you? I go by Cobalt. If you've been anywhere east of here, you're bound to have seen my work. What do you do? Same as I do anywhere. Eat, shit, sleep, paint. Not always in that order, but usually. Stay frosty, narc. Okay, vacation. High and low, he regards you from behind frosted lenses. I don't believe we've had the pleasure. Then again, the world is rather short on pleasure in general, don't you find? Who are you? A bloke of some means. What brought you here? He runs a coin along his fingers, then back again. What do you do here? I run the tables, fleece the unwary, though not you, of course. He gives you a quick, gold-tipped smile. For you, I play fair. You're vacation, aren't you? Then someone knocked on the door. It was you-know-who. Let it never be said that House Menzies gives up on an asset. Why'd you leave? I need an assistant. Someone to help with Jasper's books. They don't have to be good with numbers. They just have to know how to read. Find someone like that and I'll go with you. Any recommendations for who I should ask? A Detto, an Othersider, a gambler. Anyone who's forced the odds and won. Yeah, you know what? If we can resolve that peacefully rather than dragging in his Him unwillingly, why not? Scrap and scratchies. What's that? Books, pencils, and a fluffy doggo? Loaded dog, small enough to hide in the palm of your hand. Stranger, yes. She glances at you without moving her head. Her attention is barely fixed on someone in the distance. Who are you? Now that would be telling. She says it in the tone of a joke, but her expression remains as flat as roadkill. What do you do here? I try to keep messes from becoming disasters. Other than that, I do interpretive dance. Really? No. What are you looking for? Some poor bloke who's about to get the crap beaten out of him. And that guy over there. I found this little dog statue. Why is the dog loaded? Clearly your parents didn't make you right. It's a beloved poem and song, part of our cultural heritage. They starved me till I learned how to shoot. They hired me out as soon as they were sure I wouldn't run off. I did, but... Yeah, well, they didn't teach you the bloody song, did they? Point made. Sure, I'll have a crack at it. Close your eyes. When I get back, the game will have begun. Good hunting. Are we literally playing hide and seek with this girl? Hello. Whatever she's feeling, if anything, isn't evident. You may as well be watching paint dry. Can you give me a hint about where to find the loaded dog? 0 to helpless in 2 seconds flat. I can tell you sure, but it'll count as cheating. Is that what you want? Yes. Yeah, nah. Don't tell me. Have it your way. Goodbye. Either we find the doggo or we don't. Is it meant to be a Foot Rot Flats reference? It might be meant to be a Foot Rot Flats reference. But I am a bit too young for that. All this heat's giving me a headache. Honest Wades. The end is near, but great deals are nearer. Foot Rot is Kiwi? Really? It's a comic strip by New Zealand artist. I had no idea. Well, all the better that I don't know it then. Welcome to Ardith, friend. Come take a look. My wares won't disappoint. Let's see what you've got. Do you have radio bits? He has a wide collection of hats, including a cork hat. Piss off, you bloody flies. Wind in the will hose? Oh, God. She felt it, the heat, that tantalizing pulse between her legs. For her whole life, Rhonda had resisted such urges. But with Alexandro, she could resist no longer. Why don't we call them newsies? Because they're Kiwis. They're also those bloody lumps taking up all our couches. What can we give up for this? I suppose we could sell some of our meat. Holy moly, that's expensive. I really wish I understood how to sell less than... Ah, I right-click. Okay. Well, it's only taken us 3 episodes to work out how to do this. I don't need the revolver when I've got a better one. I don't need 2 sniper rifles. I can get rid of one of the bits of gold? Nah, it feels like I might want the gold. The Rupelts also feel like something I might want. I definitely don't need so much mystery meat. Two sets of lockpicks seems unnecessary. And as much as an adventurer needs a lot of rope, maybe 5 is a bit much. Is that a second shotgun? It is. Well, I don't need 2 of them. Okay, that's close enough. I'm only losing like 50 bucks. Who are you? My name's Honest Wade, entrepreneur extraordinaire, ebullient businessman, trade tycoon, a mixed goods magnate. I sell water to a drowning man and have him thank me for the privilege. He smiles widely, somewhat hampered by a series of crisscrossing wires wrapped around his teeth. What do you do here? I sell the finest wares this side of the wheat belt. You won't find better anywhere else, and if you do, you must have stole them. He smiles as if you share a joke. The Newsies are technically distinctly American? After hearing some of the musical again the other day, it occurred to me that the concept has musically traveled everywhere. I don't follow. Bats and cats, sorry. What's with the pipe? Had it fused to my teeth. The old man taps his pipe meaningfully and draws in a deep lungful of smoke. Kept losing the bastard out on the road. And some of the mongrels thought it was funny to take it while I was asleep. Joke's on them now, though. He grins, steel wire glinting around his left incisors and the stem of the pipe. Course, I haven't eaten anything harder than corn mush in years, but them's the breaks. He draws another lungful of smoke and expels it slowly and thoughtfully, watching the cloudless sky. I'd like to establish a trading post here. Hold up, mate. Crews don't run out of Ardith for a reason. Does a number on your credibility if you shift stolen goods. Bullcrap! My wares are 100% claimant free or your money back. Let's take a second to reconsider that. No, it's gone forever. Well, that's news. I would have liked to, So we've got Southern Cross, Meriden, and Alderside now. Maybe. If I set up an outpost in Ardith, I might be able to get the zinc cream. Oh, then I should have said yes. No, I want to take back my decision. No. Oh well. Stranger, it seems to take a moment for your presence to register. Hello. It's impossible to tell what's going on behind the thick lenses, but you don't sense any outright hostility. I'd like to see what you have in stock. A violin. And sunscreen? I needed sunscreen for the other guy. Sure, I'll pay $9 for your sunscreen. Have you seen a little tin dog? Doggy? There's a note of hope mixed with anticipation. No... When no dog eventuates, all interest dissipates. Who are you? Straw, color of my hair. What do you do? Do? Ragged breathing comes from the mask. You can't tell if it only just started or if it was always happening and you never noticed. Eventually it becomes clear that your query has been forgotten. Goodbye. Comic books. The request is pronounced not so much as a query, but more as a general hope that they may sometime exist. The woman is pure muscle. Even her eyeballs look like they work out. She gives you a cursory once-over, eyes lingering on your upper arm and thighs. Looks like you missed arm day and leg day. Got to work out every other day minimum. Get in 4 workouts a week. Is there a world record for how far someone threw another person? And another hint, if you didn't know this one. 4.87 meters or some shit. My record is 5, but he was small and I'd had a big lunch. Who are you? Part of a set of 4. Well, 3. Mary, Scary, Gary, and Jeff. Then Jeff jeffed off. She makes an obscene gesture. Bet is hanging out with bloody Deadeye Mason now. Why is he called Deadeye? Got himself in the eye when choking the chicken, jerking the gherkin, beaten his meat. Put it all together and you've got a hamburger. A disgusting, quivering hamburger. That's Deadeye Mason. He ejaculated in his own eye? Acrobatic, isn't he? Wouldn't think he had it in him. She pauses for comedic effect. Well, it wasn't in him, briefly. Her eyes shine with repressed laughter. It made a comeback. What do you do here? Obviously, I lift. I bench-pressed Scary once, almost made him wet himself. Knife, band-aids, rope. There's maybe more up here? There is a musical called Newies about orphan kids in New York who sold newspapers going on strike versus the publisher, Pulitzer. This is so hard to recall with Mary's horrid story, yes. But let's go back in and then see if we've got a mini quest for finding Vacation a math helper. Also, I could try and find him zinc. Does the sunscreen count as zinc cream? You. I have sunscreen for you. Have you seen a little tin dog? Jasmine's roped you into this, has she? You realize there's no prize, right? The game itself is meant to be the reward. What's your favorite song? Horror movie. Living in the 70s isn't bad either. Are you a rock star? Can I have an autograph? No, I'm no one special. And my signature looks like chicken scratch. Plus, can't sing for shit or play guitar or drums. I used to get really anxious about meeting people. Even people I knew. Sometimes I would stay home for days on end. I couldn't face going outside. It was a small town, people talked a lot. I didn't fit in, so yeah. Small town gossip is a force unto itself. Right, Relief floods his features. I mean, there has to be something more interesting to talk about than what your neighbors are eating for dinner. All I had to hold onto was that old saying, great minds discuss ideas, average those events, and small minds people. Or however it goes. Otherwise, I just couldn't cope. Well, I just didn't understand your question. Bats and cats. You just went whoosh. Because Newsies means nothing to me. I found these old magazines in my dad's stash. They were guys dressed up in all kinds of ways. All of them holding guitars or playing drums, some of them standing in front of crowds of thousands. Just a wall of people stretching away as far as the eye could see. And I thought, if they can stand in front of all these people looking so comfortable and confident, maybe I can borrow a bit of that magic, and it worked. People laughed at me, sure, but they were laughing at the costume. That was something that I could change, something that I had chosen, and it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt the way their comments about my parents or my stutter or my body odor did. He gives you a look as if anticipating any of the insults that might be forming in your head. Those things don't bother me anymore. I wouldn't be telling a random stranger about them if I did. Anyway, long story short, I faked it so I could make it, because if I hadn't, I don't think I'd be here anymore. So that's why I look like a... He ducks his head blushing, rock star. Who are you? I'm Drew, not from around here, but definitely of here. What do you do? Mostly I listen. People can figure out a lot of their own problems if just allowed to talk long enough. Bye. But I was meant to give you a... Okay, maybe the, sunscreen isn't good enough. And then I wanted to check out the... I don't like that it moves when you're in menus. I don't like that time passes when you're in menus either. I really do think it should pause. The internet can be helpful, but they can also be jerks, bats and cats. Can be real jerks. God, that one time that someone just showed up here and is like, I'm going to do nothing but call you ugly and try to get you to be angry at me. Urgh. Okay, we need to find the loaded dog here, but where was the... Find an assistant for vacation in Meriden. Vacation suggested speaking to the Dettos or other siders in Meriden about work. Okay. So we could go back to Meriden and ask around. We're still not allowed to go there. Okay. Who could we ask? We know that the smart lady that used to work for the bank is good with numbers. Yeah, people trying to rile us up and we just laugh. He was, yeah, I don't know. It really felt like he wanted to have a day where that guy kicked a dog, and he was trying to treat me like that dog, and I just, it was water off a duck's back. You. You're good with numbers. Hey, reckon you could help me get my contract from Jasper's safe? I got my things back from the bank vault, including the calculations I did about repaying my debt. I think I'm supposed to be free. The problem is Jasper refuses to see me without proof. But I'll never have access to my contract without your help. I just want to be done with all of this. And if you can't find me here, my house is just behind the Flaming Galar. Angela says she likes the Detto system just the way it is. Yeah, exactly, bats and cats. Of course she does. Her family invented it. I hope she was a little more pioneering, though. Bye. Maybe if I help her with her quest, then she'll join? Find Jason the bank guard. That which is still outside. Get rid of the bastards in Coolja. Art and illusion. Get Numbak's contract from Jasper's safe. Yes. Okay. Now if we go into the house, are they there and I'm just not able to rob the house for the safe thing? Do I have to go back and talk to Numbat and get her to help provide a distraction? It's way too easy. Jinko, yeah. They get way too into it. Numbat says she's worked off her debt and wants to speak with you. Then I'll ensure her demand is met. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Yes, goodbye. That feels like a critical fail. So it looks like I was supposed to have her distract them. Oh god, no. His back straightens and he steps closer to John. I'm handing the Ripper in for the bounty, and that's that. Now hold on a minute. Sarah's been to see Ben and is just an old man with dementia, not a monster anymore. The Ripper does deserve to die, but Catherine's heart would break. Don't make me become more humanist, game. And how's that my problem? She's gotta have a few loose roos in the top paddock to love a man like that. We're not handing him in and that's final. You Lockett lot are fucking hopeless. Hopefully he isn't actually handing them in? Seems a bit more of the world changed while I was out than I was expecting. I don't claim to understand it, but I've been eavesdropping in the marketplace. Should have enough to form a decent opinion within the next few weeks, I'd wager. What have you been hearing? The usual, the world is ending, some clever sod knew about this new energy all along. It's all the work of the devil or aliens or ghosts. But I've heard Kalgoorlie mentioned a few times, and how they've been buying up gold and opal. No idea why, but as far as marketplace gossip goes, it's a solid lead to a lucrative future, if one were so inclined. I thought I might throw your name into the ring for governor. Doesn't seem like you'd have much competition. Now why would you go and do a bloody thing like that? Go on then. My dignity's all I've got left to lose. It's not worth too much anymore. What's your stance on residents having children? Until we figure out the secret to eternal life, we need more generations capable if Merredin's going to survive. What's your opinion on Dettos? Short answer, keep the hard workers, chuck the chaff. Fines and corporal punishment can take the place of this bloody two-class system and good riddance. What would you do about other-siders jumping the walls? I reckon we could see who's serious about offering them a limited-term contract like the Deados are on. They work for a year, they become residents. Then we can put paid to the whole dog's breakfast. Okay. We've found an inoffensive solution to the who is in charge of this city problem. I thought that they were going to be pushing for us to become the new mayor. In fact, go ask Sarah for some blankets and pass them around to the people waiting in line. Soften them up by letting them know we mean well. Because before the options were the lady that's already in charge, who's a bit of a jerk, but at least she's doing a good job, and some guy who seems like he's hopeless. How are you holding up? Bloody fantastic. Whenever you're around, he winks. Don't get on the governor's bad side. And so earlier we went with keep the current woman in power because at least she seems competent. Let's go talk to Numbat again. Now, she said her house was behind the Flaming Galah here. If she's moved from down here, which she doesn't actually appear to have done. Jasper wants me to visit her quarters tomorrow. Here's hoping it goes well. Well, that hasn't actually gotten me my person that's good with numbers to help get other person to return. So rip. I genuinely thought that was the solution. She had introduced herself as being good with numbers, but couldn't find a job once she got free of her, well, once she wasn't allowed to work in the bank anymore. And now that she's about to stop being a indebted servant. Finding her a real job with this other guy seemed to me like the obvious solution, 2 birds, 1 stone. But seemingly not. Maybe we have to wait for her to finish being declared free? Or else told that her debt isn't paid? And they make up a fake increase in her debt? We could also do this. Get rid of the bastards in Coolja. Do we know where Coolja is? No. I don't like Adam. We want Mad, Ella, Deej, Jess. Then pick up the stone again. Oh wow, it's all the way out here. Pick up one of the birds and throw that. The bird will be more aerodynamic. Discourse on Livy. Fear and suspicion are so natural to princes that they cannot defend themselves against them. Hello. Oh, you're not friendly people. Well, this is awkward. They are meant to fly through the air. Run up and smack this guy. Big miss. Do it again. Double big miss. You suck, girl. Doggo. Doggo uses run. Either way, the bird is aerodynamic, Shu. The coconut might get some Magnus effect happening. We will use spell this, protect ourselves and get 3 of them, and then no, wrong thing. Right click this. How far can I can get you. I can get both of those. And also make it harder for them to close ground. Done. You. I'd really like to finish off this guy. No such luck. And then you also try and finish off this guy. Very good. And then start on the doggo. That'll do. He could use his fire spell, which we rarely use. Set the doggo on fire. And then stab the other doggo. Really? You can't quite make it? Oh, you should be able to make it there. Oh, you're in gun mode, not stab mode. That's my bad. Next time you can stab. Three attacks from Doggo. Then we will use heal and damage. And this because I want to trigger the marked thing. Reload, do. You smack him. Big miss. She's been missing a lot the last 3. There we go. And knocked over. But it might be his turn next. Doggo remains on fire. My character spreads out damage between me and Girly. I would like to finish you next. If you could stab the downed guy, that would be fantastic. And then that one. Excellent. And then move up to Doggo. Oh, burning ground. Then maybe go there. You heal and damage. And then see if you can get to cover as well. No, I'd rather you. Reload. Next. Smack Doggo. Close ground. Smack man. Beautiful. Shoot. Reload end. Stab. Collect all the dog meat. And fancy makeshift saws and so forth. Okay, that's all that's here. We've taken care of them. Does that count? Let's check our side quest. Collect your reward from Hunter, Inside Hunter, and Collectors. Sure thing. So back down to Meredith. You've been waylaid by some right bastards. Fight. Dingoes? Okay. She can get up to there and start smacking Dingo 1. Good work. You cast water on Dingo 2 and Dingo 3. Shoot. Reload. Move up near your sister. You also move up. If that means you have to use sprint. Get over there. You can also use sprint. Okay. Here. Finish this doggo. That'll do nicely. Smack this doggo. Start the one that's far away. And stab the other near one. Too easy. Get our new dog meat. And back on the road. Off to hunters and collectors. And maybe enough time has passed that Numbat will either have been declared free or they will have attempted to trick her into continued slavery. You're a bloody legend. Coolja may not like it much, but a lot of traders pass by here. It's important we keep it safe. Have you got a new wanted task? Various posters and bits of paper are tacked up here. Continue. Those fellas you dealt with in Coolja, they're back. Had some other siders walk into town bloody and bruised. I'm relying on you to send them off for good this time. Deep breaths, Hunter. Someone will put a bullet between their eyes soon enough. So maybe this is like an infinitely repeatable quest? Ask Jasper inside Menzies' house about Numbat's death. Get Numbat's contract from Jasper's safe. Sure. Doo-doo. So, Menzies' house again. Mick wants to apply a meritocratic approach to Dettos and other siders. That's a shame. I thought Mr. Jones was more perceptive. Clearly, running Brookton and a few barter crews didn't prepare him for stewardship of Meredith's complex economy. Where is Numbat? She smiles. Numbat was adamant about becoming a resident, so I sent her outside the walls, where she would be best able to act on her desires. At least she's not a Detto anymore. She has her freedom. It's up to her to make the most of it. Okay. And it looks like it's resolved? Yes. At least we haven't failed any. We still need raspberry jam and milk and sugar. Find the doggo, find an assistant. So they said that she's outside now, right? The girl that Numbat. If we go outside, can we talk to her and convince her to now become the helper for the person that we were trying to bring back, Vacation? Why aren't I getting my points of interaction thing? There we go. She is outside now. Hello. Mick said he'd give residency to the Dettos who could pull their own weight. I don't want anyone getting a free ride either, you know. As long as he abides by the terms laid out in existing contracts, it'll be better than what we've got. What's it like being a free woman? She bursts into tears. Mate, Jasper's a piece of work for throwing me out here. No, I want to give you a job. Do we have the 10 radio parts now? Yes, so we could happily go to Southern Cross and hand those in. Mad, Ella, Deej, Jess. Let's go. Siobhan Yelverton, Applied Physics. Hello, I have your radio parts. Fucking A. She takes the parts and puts them away neatly in the top drawer of her immaculate desk. Go talk to Anthony. He'll have something he can give you as compensation. Matter of fact, she taps her chin, narrowing her eyes at you. If you're willing to help me out again, I have something that will tickle your fancy tucked away somewhere in this lightless hellhole. What do you need? She barks a short laugh. You go tilting at windmills in your spare time there, buddy. Dress up in slashed sleeves and shout all for one and one for all. She soothes the air in front of her and breathes out loudly. That's not important right now. Focus. I need you to find the person who's sabotaging the electricity. I'm pretty sure it's Lily, but I can't prove it. Why do you suspect her? She's from that community with the giant silos. She raises her hand to head height. Bunch of religious lunatics. Well, they've asked us to stop looking into their so-called magic several times. Since we said no, I'm guessing they sent a saboteur. That's Lily. Why me? If the others know that I'm looking into her motives, they'll say I'm just being a bully. You're a neutral party. If you rat her out, they have to believe you. Wait, being a bully again? What else have you done to her? Nothing, she glares at you. Okay, once I put laxatives in her herbal tea. But my defense was she was humming during breakfast, and it was annoying. You just carry laxatives around with you? Sometimes a girl's gotta go, and sometimes the old shitter needs a bit of a kickstart. Don't make this weird. I don't think I'm interested in your personal vendetta. Who said it was personal? Did she say it was personal? I care about our community. Why can't anyone see that? Look, like I said, I'll make it worth your while. Will you help me or not? Yeah, nah, or yeah, nah. I don't want you. You're evil. You're an evil lady, and I'm not helping you. I'll help you get your radio parts, but I'm not helping you beat up the poor hippie lady who just seems to be vaguely nice. Speaking of her, can I tell her that the other woman's out to get her? Siobhan mentioned she slipped some laxatives into you. That's rough. It was her? She goes from ice-cold calm to luminous rage in the space of an instant. I ate nothing but boiled rice for 3 weeks just to make sure it wouldn't happen again. Anthony still can't look me in the eye. Maybe I should just move back home. At least then I could sleep without checking my pillow for scorpions. She's really mean to you, huh? I don't know what her problem is. I try to stay out of her way, but it seems just to make her hate me more. Try getting up in her face. Bullies are always cowards underneath. I could put some laxatives in her drink, even the score. No. She breathes the word as though horrified, but you can't help but notice the smile she tries to hide. I mean, she takes them herself all the time. It would have to be something she wasn't used to. And that's all she has to say. Okay. Now was it you who was going to reward me for this? You fixed the greenhouse. Amazing, thank you. Welcome back to our little contribution to the Foundation. What's your read on Lily? The bird who had her wings clipped before she left the nest? He frowns, looking down at his book. Some people come to the sciences because they want to understand how the world works. And some people want to come to the sciences because they want to prove the world works a certain way. Don't get me wrong, all decent experiments have to have a hypothesis. What they shouldn't have to bear is the weight of expectations. Could you make me zinc cream? Zinc oxide's hard to come by. Fortunately, you're talking to a man with a government basement worth of resources at his disposal. Be back in a jiffy. 1 second. And he literally gave us the... That's useful. Buella seems a little quirky, eccentric, absent-minded, incompetent, dangerous. His gaze wanders across the settlement before landing on you again. She's quite harmless in my estimation. Whether her work has any merit, it's not my place to judge. Someone else certainly seems to think so at any rate. Who's interested in it? That remains a mystery, but someone sends her research material and support. Someone with access to information that was supposedly lost and money. Or something else valuable that they trade for the components she needs. How much do you know about Matty? He stops by occasionally, but most of what I do has no impact on him, and vice versa. I don't dislike him or anything. His words are rushed and oddly impatient. But he's not easy to know either. Whether that's a character flaw is up for you to decide. What do you think of Siobhan? Siobhan, I mean, she's a renowned physicist, absolutely dedicated to her work. He nods to himself, no question. Not a great reader of anything but academic literature, though. More's the pity. She said you'd have a reward for me. What? I brought her some radio parts she wanted. She said you'd have something for me. Ah, that tells me nothing, actually. Here, a copy of a copy of a copy. You'll be in good company. A book? Do you want to buy it back from me right now, or... I have one with pictures if you'd prefer. Are they naughty pictures? He snaps the book closed. I teach children! No. Take it or leave it. Alright. Anything else? What's with the weird metal ball in the middle of the town? It's the device. He speaks fondly, like talking about a beloved family pet. Siobhan's design. I helped build it. No idea how it works, but once the Kalgoorlie rep saw it, her eyes almost popped out of her face. You try to be nice to everyone? It's a good way to live, bats and cats. Try to be nice to people. You never know what shit they gotta deal with. Her eyes almost popped out of her face. It keeps them from bothering us, at least. He looks at it and smiles. Siobhan told me she based it on a design of morning glory flowers because they strangle the competition and she hates Kalgoorlie politics. He chuckles at some personal joke. Goodbye. So that still hasn't helped us necessarily. I don't know. I mean, I like him, I like her, and I like the absent-minded lady. I don't like vengeful science woman. But I don't think disliking one person in the town is enough justification to disable their death ray that protects their town. Nerd Town needs its death ray as far as I'm concerned. What was the book he gave me? I should have paid more attention to the little side notes. This text explores the Gaunt factor in relation to the Bremsstrahlung emission. Maybe that was useful to either you or the other lady? There's some of the wildlife that is friendly. There's some of it that's very poisonous, and please, please leave us alone. Respect us at a distance. No. Okay. Fine. Doggo is saying hello. Doggo had her son's visit just the other day. You know what? We can have a moment of cuteness. Doggo's son's visit. I don't want caps lock. So, not yesterday, but the day before. Our doggo, who is an ex-guide dog, had two of her sons visit. Both of which failed out of the guide dog course. And are now home pets. And they had a lovely play. Where are we? Here. Photos. Doggo and her sons. So ours is the middle one, Primrose, and then two of her babies, Kale, the older brother from litter 2, is on the left, and he is so bronze, and Ranger on the right, who is the younger brother and from the youngest litter. Oh, sorry, on the left for Kale, and Ranger on the right. So Doggo is happy girl and has had good times lately. No. I'm still here. Doggo is gone. Okay. And honestly, the venomous ones are mostly as long as you are, Hey! You go watch sports, Sunaj. I am not a sports person, but Jingo definitely is. If you want someone to get you enthusiastic and into sports, Jingo is totally the right person to go explain that to you. I would be hard-pressed to think of someone better to recommend to do so. You're on your second year of AFL tips with him. Okay, we got the zinc cream, which we can take to this guy. Make Siobhan in Southern Cross shit herself. Bring Straw in Ardith some comic books. Gather the correct materials. Okay. Can we... You're also watching the footy right now. See, the assumption is that Jingo is always watching sports. How can we make her... We might have to find laxatives. Our doctor friend back in Primary Town might be able to help us get laxatives. Need anything else? I haven't changed my mind about helping you abuse the science hippie. Okay then. Let's take the zinc over to that guy, but then I think we maybe go take a trip back to Kalgoorlie and see if we've got enough either merchant or independent contractor gun for hire rep to be allowed in. I had Anthony in Southern Cross make you some zinc cream. What? He looks like he might cry. How? You? He shakes your hand vigorously. Thank you. Thank you. We gained experience and... side quest complete? Yes. And we earned a level up, level up. So do I keep pushing for more action points? 9 would let us get up to 3 shots per turn. And other than this, we were going for potentially being better at overwatching. And let's take a run over to Kalgoorlie. And if they let us in, great. And if they don't, I guess we have to go do more side questy stuff. Or decide if I'm willing to bend my unwillingness to replace the hippie boss, destroy the death ray, or work out one way of making these other things work. Looking to waste more of my time? Joke's on you, mate. I've got nothing better to do today, so what brings you back? I convinced Dejette to come. I heard she'll settle in nicely. I just know it. You're making good headway. I'm keen to hear what else you're up to. How many newtons does it take to break a human sternum? 4,000. Ask me a hard one. How much would it cost for you to let me in? Entry's free as long as you've got a pass. Oh, you mean like a bribe. Half your luck, mate. I'm not getting executed for a few extra rounds at the ingot. Piss off. Bloody mongrel. And she says no. Alright, I haven't done enough. Over to Hippie Town, deliver the book, seeing as we have her 5th book. How have we been finding the game? Pretty good, Cephalopod. There are some times when its concentrated Australianness makes me a little embarrassed, but otherwise, pretty good. There's probably a little bit of rebalancing or fine-tuning needed on the difficulties. I've been finding the fights... like, the first 1 or 2 fights were somewhat hard, but since we got the magic spell, like, since we gained magic spell thing, it's been really, really quite too easy. It's not the workshop, it's the library. Hand in the book.
1 sec, sorry.
Bless me. No, do we hand in the book to you? You sound like you take philosophy pretty seriously. I've got some more questions. What did you mean by critical thinking? I've found some more of the books you're after. I have morals and legislation and discourse on Livy. Excellent, they will make good additions to the library. Thank you. If you find any more, know where to bring them. Well, that's accurate. This has become my passion and my purpose. These are not just interesting ideas to while away the hours. Plus, I don't just want these ideas to fade away. I truly believe people need to learn to think properly. You have to have a solid foundation for their beliefs and a breadth of knowledge with which to, beg pardon, analyze and critique ideas. A lack of critical thinking can be dangerous. What do you mean by critical thinking? It's the process of analyzing information, forming beliefs, doubting assumptions, and being aware of or avoiding logical errors. It helps us make sound arguments, better judges of what we're told, and of course, what we say. It's an important part of intellectual honesty. All honesty, in my opinion. Alternative perspectives are essential. Blind faith is dangerous, and tough as it may be, emotion must be secondary to reason. Critical thinking keeps us in check and takes more effort, but it pays off. I've got some questions. Did you know Wittgenstein said, "Whereof one cannot speak, whereof one must be silent"? I do know. I've also read that book. She points to it on the bookshelf. He also said a serious and good philosophical work could be written consisting entirely of jokes. So, yeah. How did you know all this? Well, look around. I have books and a lot of time. What did you mean about learning to think properly, to think critically? I would like to learn more about it. Easier said than done. People seem to be thinking just fine, or you sound pretty confident that your way of thinking is the right way of thinking. Yeah, I'll be slightly confrontational. Comes with the territory. These are old, tested ideas, as true and infallible today as they were when they're first written, hundreds, even thousands of years ago. If you're going to stick around, I'd love to show you what I mean. You could prove me wrong. If you can prove me wrong, fantastic. That is all. I really did feel that Numbat was the answer to that. Oh? Oh, it changed to night while we were in here. Sure, whatever. And again, I think the game should pause while you're in these menus, but whatever. So we could go kill these again and find out if it just infinite respawns. Wait, I've found 5. I found Present Moment, I found Meditations. Oh, it was another copy of Meditations, so that's not useful. Principles of Morals, Discourses on Livy. No, so I need one more. Ah, also, why are you here now? G'day. Brennan also has me asking around about trust. Mira said I should talk to you about red flowers. Okay then, as you can probably tell, there aren't many red flowers around. Why don't you lot come for dinner one of these nights? Figure out how we might grow a few. We've got a couple of things to discuss, but this isn't the time or place. He's also asked me about trust. You know, the Trusted Four is just his way of trying to make second place sound special. Speaking of, Brooke is interested in joining the Trusted Four. Doesn't like to admit it, but Lockie reckons she's dropped a few hints. So, do we go... Well, you know what? Whilst we're up here, we'll go clean out that other place. See if it does infinite respawn. Wasn't it out to the left here? Sure, smack this guy. And again. Insta-kill because they'd been knocked down. Maybe back up towards our main group. You cast water spell. This guy. And damn, can't quite reach there. What if you were here? So close! Well, just cast it there again. Kill that person. Just start gunning. No, you can't gun, they're too far away. So, Overwatch. And same with you. Whilst you can make the... God damn it. That's my bad. Make the ground around us hostile to enemies. That'll do. Reload and you swap over to the shotgun and use Overwatch. You use Overwatch. You move back up with the group. And you don't know Overwatch, nor can you, so just sit and wait. This guy runs into our Overwatchers. Him. Goodbye. And wish we could do you, but can't. Shotgun, no. Stabby, stabby you. And again. Too easy. Didn't even take any damage. Money knife. Band-Aid spear. Money gun. Frag grenade. Gun. Band-Aid. Money. Done. Ooh, we found a new place. Enuin. Sure, let's go there. New place discovered. But what is here? Who knows? What a cliffhanger to leave you all on. Evil streamer. Find out next time.